Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the market value of a Crown Vic. While I'm talking about that, I got to rinse the car off, so bear with me. But if you're in the market for a Crown Vic, or if you own a Crown Vic, you're probably wondering, will the market be going up? Will the market be going down as far as the Crown Vics, since they're pretty much all being auctioned off at this point? So this pretty much is going to be my theory on the market of the Crown Vics. So what's going to happen is, what I'm thinking is that once all the Crown Vics are auctioned off, right, you're still going to be able to get them at a good price, you know, for a short period of time. But what's going to happen is some people who buy them, you know, are going to buy them and run them on into the ground, right? Then you're going to have car enthusiasts like me, the Cop Car, Shannon CVPI, and others who will more than likely maintain their car and keep it, you know, up to par with the last, you know, 7 more years. But once all of those cars, the police cars that get ran into the ground, once they end up at the junkyard, the Crown Vic is going to be a little bit harder to come by. You'll start seeing less and less of them, and that there will help bring the market up some. Now, it might not be a lot, but we might be talking, instead of being able to get a Crown Vic for maybe what, $2,500 to $3 grand, you might have to pay $4 or $5 grand. Right? Then we also have to factor in that Ford will also be no longer making cars. They're going to be focusing on trucks and SUVs, right? So that there also is going to play a factor, because you're not going to be able to buy a full-size car from Ford, you know, if you like buying Ford. And this car will be one of the last few that has the V8 that you can buy. A lot of people nowadays are going to the well, let's say factories are switching to the V6s and 4-cylinders, and, you know, putting the little turbos on them. But that V8 is what's going to help keep this car value going up a little bit. You know, we're going to have to actually just wait and see what the market does and how many of the Crown Vics actually last. Because right now, even though they're at auction, a lot of them are actually in rough shape. You know, it's getting harder and harder to find some that are in good shape. You go to the auction, even when I got this one at auction, you might have 5 or 10 Crown Vics at a, you know, at the auction from a certain city, and maybe one of them is in excellent shape. The other ones, they might be in okay shape. Some don't even be running, and then if they are running, they're, you know, they might be missing the front bumper, the back bumper might be busted up, the interior might look like garbage. So it's already getting harder to find one in good shape as it is, because some departments keep them to, they'll decommission the car, but then they'll take the car and just let it sit outside for a few years, and then they'll be like, okay, now we're going to auction it off. And by then, fuel pump that went out, motors on the accessories on the motor that went out, stuff start to rust, and the paint start peeling real bad. The interior sits there with, you know, they don't clean it before they let it sit, so now that dirt just seeped into the seats, and it's gonna be real hard to find a nice clean one unless you're paying $4 or $5 grand for it. And even then, you might have, you know, high mileage on the car. So if you're in the market to get one or looking to get one, I would say now is the time to definitely start looking and working towards getting one. Your best bet is going to be either try to find one that someone is taking care of, or try the auction You can go to the dealer lot and get some that's in good shape, but you're gonna pay an arm and a leg. If you find somebody who has taken care of theirs, you know, you can look at it and see if they took care of it. It still has all the center pieces to the wheels, or if the bumper's not busted up on it, because a lot of people, for some reason, will let this bumper get away from them. And what I mean by that is the bumper actually has two, I guess you could say, let's just say two little bolts or clamps or whatever up under the bottom of it, and that's what keeps the bumper nice and tight. And so what happens is, if you don't keep that part, you service right here, we're gonna say, then the bumper will start to hang, and then the wind and all that pounding of the wind, and you might back up, you know, in the grass or something, and then as you drive off, you pull on the bumper, and that causes the bumper to crack, like right in that area right there on the other corner. And then now you got a flapping, cracked up bumper. You know, it makes the car look rough. Not to mention, people, you know, don't do the maintenance on the cars. I had one fella, I helped him get a Crown Vic. Took him to the auction, he got the car. Now the car had sat for like probably about 2 years, maybe longer than that. But he didn't do any fluid changes or anything like that. And I want to say they said the freeze plugs busted or came out, something like that. So the car was leaking antifreeze everywhere from the block. You know, just all because he hadn't serviced the car. And what happens is, when you don't service it, in that case, I think he just put water in there, and in the wintertime it froze, and it, you know, bust the freeze plugs or whatever it did to it. And it had antifreeze leaking out. And he had to end up, you know, just letting the car sit there. You know, but if he had took a couple dollars and changed the fluid or do it yourself, then he would have still been driving the car, or would have still had it. But the good news is that the value, in my opinion, should go up on the Crown Vics. I would say probably within the next between 2 to 5 years. That give enough time for people who are not going to take care of theirs. They won't be on the road within 5 years. By then, everything from the auction will be up. No more Crown Vics. If there is, you might see 1 or 2 here and there pop up at the auction. But it's a gamble if they're going to be in good shape or rough shape, especially if you get a department who want to keep it until they get 250 or 300,000 miles out of it. And then it probably won't be any good. But just to say to all, you know, everybody who like the Crown Vics and want to keep them going, just let's take care of them, keep them on the road. If you take care of it and, you know, put money into it, just like any other car, you know, you better at least get your money back if you decide to sell it. On that, leave your comments at the bottom. Let me know what you guys think. If you think the value might go up or the value go down. On that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next video.